All right, guys, this is a long overdue update of the shop. We left off, I don't know, a couple months back. The shop was completely empty. I had just started to clean and sand the floors down so I could add the clear sealer. The floors were really bad after the shop was put up, so that was the last time before I could make a new video. All the stuff that I was housing a lot of this stuff at, some unexpected changes happened, and I could no longer keep that stuff there. One of the trailers had gotten sold, that a lot of this stuff was in, and then our other shop, a little small one, we still have, but we had holidays coming up and different things and equipment that had to go in there. So before I could make a final video of, I guess, what the slab looked like after the sealer and everything like that, I had to put a lot of stuff in here, so wasn't able to get that video unexpectedly. But this is just a quick update. The floor is dirty from us working, putting the walls up, moving in everything, and it's been raining the past few days, in the past actual couple months, so it's really dirty, but it cleans up really nice, and I will do a final review of the floor once I have everything picked up. But that's kind of where we left off. This is where we are now. I got a lot of the stuff in, a lot of my signs. They were folded up during the summer, and so I just have them down on the ground to see if I can get those lines out. But this is kind of where we're at now. I have started putting, in the past couple months, I had a lot of old wood left over from, as you can see here, these are like 1 by, I guess, technically 11s. They are true 1 inch and true 11-inch wide. I had a lot of these left over from the old house that we bought out here on the ranch. They had these up in the rafters. What they were for, I don't know. They were used, but they were stacked up real nice. And some of them, were my walls, I believe, are 14 feet tall. So some of them were really tall. So I started putting those in there, basically just giving it that kind of that warm feeling, that, and so I could hang stuff. One thing that's bad about shop like this is there's really no way to hang anything unless you put walls up. So I started putting that up as much as I could in these little sections here, and then I have one over here as well. So I got you can see the nice one. I'm not finished up here. I still have to go in there, but and you can see over here. So the wood that I had basically came free with the house. I was able to do the whole beautiful day, ain't it, out there in the hill country. I was able to do the whole front wall, is what I would call it, except for the very top, and I'll piece that in with some leftover pieces. So we got that looking good. Over here, I didn't have any more of that wood, so I've actually been sourcing out cheaper wood that I could find on Facebook. I didn't want to go out and buy brand new lumber or anything like that. I kind of like the rustic, rough, patina kind of look on the wood. So some of them are from one place, some of them from the other. And then here's my latest ones here that I picked up in South Texas. A lot of these actually came, these wood, they're a variation between 8-inch to 12-inch wide. They're all inch and a quarter. They were actually rough cut. They came from a gentleman from Wisconsin. It was pine and oak, a mixture that he had brought down. He'd bought a house down here in Texas, brought a lot of the wood down, ended up not using it, and shortly after that, his wife wanted to move back to Wisconsin. She was lonely, so he was basically just selling the wood really, really cheap. So a lot of these, all I did was cut them to length, and then some of them were dark, some of them were like this, as you can see. If they were like that, I just threw some just regular stain that I had laying around on it, and that got me all the way pretty much the bottom section here, and then these up here, and then a couple of those, as you can see. So that's basically all I could find until I went to South Texas. You can see I'm just kind of piecing up stuff. I went to South Texas the other day and bought a bunch of 2x12s. I guess it was a misunderstanding. The gentleman, I asked if it was specifically 1 inch thick. It's because what I was looking for. He said they were, and they were not. They were 1.5 inches once I got there, and I drove so far to get them. So I took them to a buddy that has a wood, I guess you'd say a mill or whatever you would call that, in the next town, and we put it down, and you can see he actually cut it to 1 inch exactly, and then this is basically left over here, so I'll use that for something. But so it gave it a nice clean fresh look, even though they look kind of, you know, rough on the back. Some of them are darker than others. They've just been sitting out. I believe they were on an old trailer, but they cleaned up real nice, so I'll throw some stain up there, and that will finish this up here. I did a rough measurement with what I have and the pieces and the links and everything like that, and it's gonna get me to about right here. So I just got that little piece to finish, and then I'll be done, and then all of this will be stained to somewhat try to match that, and then all my signs that I have back there. What's up, man? You snuck up on me, dude. High five. Yeah, anyway, so the signs will go up here and all that goodness. So that's kind of where we're at now. I just have stuff in here that I didn't plan on having in here. It's just some of the agreements or plans that I had fell through or ended quicker than I thought. So I had to move a lot of stuff in unexpectedly. So the floors are done. I did get them 100% done. I just didn't get a video before I had to unexpectedly put everything in here. It was nice. It was shiny, clean, and I'll go back once all this is done and sweep it and clean it again, because it needs it. It's got sawdust and metal dust and everything like that, you can see here. But it does pick up really easy. It does sweep out real nice, and so I'm liking the floor so far. Today, actually, I went and found all of this 3/4 inch EMT off of Facebook. I'm trying to do this as cheap as possible. This is all new stuff. It was excess order, I guess, from a bigger job that wasn't done. So there's 47 sticks there that are 10 feet long. So that's 470 feet of 3/4 inch EMT. It's all new. It's just kind of dirty. I'll wipe it down. And then you got a couple of little small pieces here. That, I'm not an electrician. I'm going to, I guess, what they call rough it in. I'm just going to put everything how I want it, and then possibly run the wires, and then have an actual electrician come in here, check everything, and then hook up the breaker box and do the actual, I guess you'd say, wiring of everything to make sure that we're all good to go. But that should, I'm hoping, do this whole shop. I am going to put a couple outlets over here, and then I'm going to put an outlet every, I don't know, 10 feet or so, all the way down, and then all the way over there. Nothing in the front will get outlets. No reason for it. It don't work, bud. So that should be good. And then I'll have a couple of 230s. Probably not over here. This is more just kind of the chill, relax, have a couple of little equipment thing over here. So this will just kind of all be for signs and different things like that. I'll probably have every 20 feet or every 30 feet a 230, because that'll be the welder, that'll be the air compressor, and in the lift, most likely, when I get it in here. So I won't need a whole lot of those, and it's just me, so I don't have to worry about having 4 or 5, 6 different things on at the same time. It'll just be me, and we'll be good to go. I'll put all the switches over here, and then I will run lights. I'm going to most likely have one line of lights on this side, and then one line of lights on that side. I'm thinking I want it that way rather than just one in the middle. I'm gonna see if I can, get light down this way and this way rather than just right on top. So we'll see how that works out. But I'm hoping that conduit will get it all done. If not, I paid half of what I would if I went to Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that, and it was right in the next town. So I'm saving money on that, saving money on the wood, making that work. So that's where we're at. Sorry if I'm rambling on, just trying to get everything in a short little video. But I'm super happy how everything's coming out. Got a bunch of other stuff I need to put on the wall, but I am digging this area. I'm digging the front. I'm going to finish doing the wood up here. And then I'll be putting, like I said, over here, you see all my grills and stuff like that. I'll be putting more stuff. So it's going to have a nice little look. Over here, I decided the wood is not that, even though I'm doing it cheaper, it's not cheap in this economy, even for the used stuff. So I am most likely want to finish this entire wall all the way up to the top, and this one over here with either R panel, or the older, I guess they would call it. R panel has one ridge in the middle, or that corrugated tin steel, so I can screw stuff onto that as well. I hate having walls like this where I can't put nothing on, and then all of a sudden, you know, you find stuff start being stacked up on these little C-purlins, and I just don't like it. It just doesn't look good. So the tin is super cheap around here anyways. A bunch of old barns being tore down and stuff like that. You're looking at, I mean, if you price it right, you're looking at a few bucks a sheet for like a 12 or 14 foot piece, and that's exactly what I have here. So that will be a lot cheaper than the wood, and I'll most likely finish that up. I'll scoot all this stuff out, and then I'll put the electrical on top of that, and then all my banners and everything like that will be hung on that wall, and we'll be good to go. That will wrap up the electricity, the lights, and basically I don't know, the view is what I would call it, you know, the kind of the feel of the shop. And then, of course, after that, it's bringing in equipment, getting a new lift to put in here, and then the outside, having gravel brought up as basically a ramp to get into the shop. You can hear the wind. I mean, I live in the hill country, so it's very, very windy. That's the only thing I'm not liking about this shop so far is these doors. I wanted the roll-up doors, not the doors that come out and, you know, block half of your light in the shop. So with these roll-up doors, you know, they got a lot more flexibility and stuff. They make a lot of noise with wind. It's that's the only thing I mean, not a big deal. Most of these will be open anyways when I'm working, so I guess that's just nature of the beast. Unless there's something I can do, then let me know to quiet that down. It's got the little felt, I don't know, material right here. I don't know if I can maybe put one on the back side here, but I'll look into that. That's the only thing I don't like. You can hear this thing rumbling from all the way to the house. But like I said, I live out in right off a bunch of hills and mountains, and it's really windy. So, well, that's it, guys. Appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching. Try to make this video under 15 minutes. There's the new dually. Traded in or sold the red Dodge to an old employee of mine who's loving the truck. So I got me this old work truck. And then, yeah, there's the view. Beautiful, nice. And you can see right here where I'm gonna have to put gravel and stuff like that. I priced a concrete slab, and right now that is not gonna happen the way materials are in this day and age. Hopefully, maybe after the government makes some changes, I'm hoping in a year or two, maybe this stuff will go back down. We'll see. But for right now, I'm gonna get a bunch of crushed rock and gravel and make a nice little slope down. Anyway, that's it, guys. Appreciate it. And I will be getting back on this. Just getting through the holidays, didn't make no videos, and I apologize for that. But I will be back once we finish this up. I'll do a nice little video. We'll run through, and then we'll start on the electrical and see if I can't blow my nipples off.